exactly. We're good.
Cool. Are you going to share your screen? Do you have it on your screen?
Oh, yeah, I have that up already.
Okay. Awesome. So tonight we're doing an Emerald in 24-hour call. And these are regular. They're going to be regular throughout usually once a month. We'll be doing these as just a kind of a way to kickstart. Maybe you're a brand new coach and this is new information for you. Maybe you have been at this a while, and there may be another little nugget that you can that you'll pick up, or maybe it'll be the boost that you need to finally make that push to Emerald. So here we are. Emerald is a decision. And so people, we hear this all the time, and you're thinking, what? It's a rank advancement. It's so hard. No, it really isn't. And so that's one of the things that both Sherry and I are working on with our teams and all of our coaches, is kind of simplifying this. I think a lot of times our coaches, we've been kind of told that it's hard. And it takes work, and it takes effort, and it takes intention. And sometimes those things can be hard, but actually like doing and asking, it's not, the work itself is simple, but we have to work hard at it. That's maybe another way to put it. And so you really and truly can be Emerald by the morning. Rank advancement always happens on Thursdays. So whatever you have set in place at Wednesday at midnight, when you wake up on Thursday morning, your rank will take shape. So let's dive into it.
Yes. So what exactly is Emerald, and why is it just a decision and something you can do so easily? And that's what we're going to dive completely into here. So the first step is, what is it? And that just means that you have 2 coaches that have signed up on your team. So you have one coach on your right leg, one coach on your left leg. And if the legs confuse you, that is completely okay. You don't need to, you don't need to know all the details about that side of the business yet. For the most part, you just need to know that after you sign up your first coach, you need to reach out to your upline coach if you don't understand it, so you can switch your placement and make sure your second coach goes on the other side. And that's all it is. Each of those have to be active, which means that they have 50 PV, which is personal volume, and that means it's either their own order. So something like if they ordered a challenge pack, or if they ordered Shakeology's 90 PV, so if they are on Shakeology, that would get them covered. But even like a tub of Recover is like 52 volume. If you got Energized and a box of bars, that would be also 50 PV. So there's lots of ways to get that volume without Shakeology, even if they don't have that. So just know that you need, and it also doesn't have to be their own personal order. It can be somebody, if they signed up and then someone immediately ordered underneath them, that counts as that too. It's their personal customers or their actual personal orders. And it's just 2 people. That's why it's pretty simple.
So why is Emerald so important? So this is what Emerald does. There's a few things. For one, it starts to create momentum in your business. So when we talk about Emerald as a decision, it's a decision to ask your best friend and your sister, your neighbor and your coworker, your husband or your boyfriend and your mother-in-law. It could be just 2 people that, as you've started this journey, you've kind of been a little bit in the Beachbody world. You said, hey, I'm starting to do something here. It's pretty awesome. This team full of people, they're doing something. It's positive. I'm loving this program. I'm drinking this shake, and I really love this program. Would you try it with me for maybe for just a month? Do this program with me. Where 21 Day Fix is relaunching in the next few months. Guys, what an amazing opportunity. Everyone loves 21 Day Fix, and it is the perfect first simple program to do. To start a program, complete it, start to finish within a month, see what you get for results. And it's asking those people to join with you. So what does Emerald do though for you? So for one, it creates momentum. It's getting over that first hurdle and that first push of asking people directly to be a coach with you, to help you out, to join your team. And we are talking about starting with the people closest to you. And we have another slide on this later as well. But it's your ride or die people that you're saying, hey, Like, please help me out. And honestly, that was how I was first exposed to the Beachbody coaching opportunity. My best friend called me up one day and she said, hey, by the way, I need your social security number because I'm signing you up for this thing. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Like, and I was like, okay, sure. That was literally the conversation that she had with me one day. But because she was my best friend, I was like, all right, well, whatever you're doing, I'm going to be a part of it anyway. So just sign me right up. So it creates that momentum. Also, when you become an Emerald coach, you'll be recognized for it, right? Your coach will give you a shout out. You can give yourself a shout out for it. Like, hey, I got a promotion in this side hustle in my company. I've already reached that first promotion level. And so for those people who are watching you and watching that news feed, they're going to hear that word promotion. They're going to see that celebration and they're going to say, hey, Jamie's really serious into this. She already got a promotion in her business. Like, that's pretty awesome. People don't know. They just hear those buzzwords, and we want to make sure we use words that people understand and can relate to in their everyday jobs, right? Also, when you hit success or when you become an Emerald coach, you're 4 points in, and maybe you're even close to that 5 points in hitting Success Club. You'll get that Team Beachbody Coach tank top, hopefully your coach will recognize you in some way, shape, or form. You'll just kind of have that team swag. You'll wear that Beachbody shirt with pride. Also, from a more business standpoint, when you become an Emerald coach, you will qualify, as long as you're hitting Success Club, you will qualify for customer leads, Success Club leads, Shakeology leads. So when someone just goes to BeachbodyOnDemand.com and they just sign up for Beachbody On Demand, not through a coach, those people get distributed to coaches through the coach and the customer lead program, the Success Club and Emerald Lead program. And I have a lot of customers that come in that I don't know. They're from the other side of the country and they are ordering some stuff now. Like, I will tell you, some of the customer orders that I get in from people I don't know is some serious volume. So that is part of becoming an Emerald coach. You're on your way to becoming a success starter and being recognized throughout Beachbody itself, earning that free ticket to Summit, earning that exclusive coach call their first month of hitting Success Club. And then also it will open up Team Cycle bonus. That is one of the big ones. And it's something really small at first, but over time, when you stick with coaching and you continue to build your team, it is what will become the primary income and primary part of your paycheck. And like it says on the bottom of the slide too, like, it's kind of the grand opening of your business, which I completely agree. If I forget words and stumble, like, this is way past my bedtime. So like, I'm
okay.
Because I get going, I'm like, oh my God.
I understand.
Right. Yeah. So all my girls on my team too that are calling in, they're all like, have a suit too. But yeah, it's the grand opening of your business. It really and truly is when you go from stepping out to being a hobby coach and something you're doing for yourself to treating it like a business. And that's why Emerald is so important.
Definitely. And the Team Cycle bonus, like, seriously, when she talks about it starting small but becoming the biggest part of your business, like, we're talking like 90+% of your income comes from Team Cycle bonus once you get to like Diamond or Star Diamond. And that's where most of it comes from. I mean, it's not just your own personal sales anymore. It's all the residual income and just bonuses that Beachbody pays you for helping others get started too and continuing to pay it forward. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to dive in a little bit too, and Holly touched on a little bit of this already, but to get your brain, get those wheels grinding a little bit, and I want you to think through these questions on who could your two people be. Okay, because we want you to leave this call at the end of the night knowing who those two people are that you're going to reach out to either tonight or if they're already asleep, maybe in the morning. So who is your ride or die? Like Holly mentioned, one of her best friends just reached out to her and was like, dude, I'm signing you up for something you have no idea what it is, and that's okay because that's your person, right? Who might really love a discount? Maybe it's someone who already goes to the gym all the time, or is a good, a friend or a mom friend who already, she works out, health is important to her, but, is always talking about everything being so expensive, or who who would be someone that you would want to partner with and have accountability with? Because that's a really great way to approach someone, is like, hey, just do this with me. Like, we can keep each other accountable. We can text each other every day for our goals, just our health and fitness goals. And then they get the discount on top of that and potentially earn extra income. And then who supports you? That is more really close friends, family. If there are outside people that do support you in your health and fitness. And then just, I want you to kind of brainstorm when we're finished with this call, or even right now, and make a list of all your friends. So there's a list here, like Holly mentioned, your best friend, sister, coworker, neighbor, just to kind of get your brain thinking a little bit, and ask them if they would be willing to invest in themselves, because the only things they're going to order are things they're going to use, right? Because you're going to do it with them. So it's their workouts, it's their meal plan, it's their shakes, and invest in you, so it's a twofold. It's for you and it's for them. So that's why we're just trying to these first two people to tap into the people close to you. And then obviously, as I mentioned already, everyone gets a discount on it. I sign up a lot of people initially because they've been in one of my groups and fall in love with the products or just see some sort of results, and they want to continue. So it just makes sense for them to get the discount. And then eventually people start to ask them what they're doing. And so then they're like, oh, now I see how easy this is, that I can, just have them order through me. So that's how it turns into more.
All right. Your spouse or your family member a coach. One of the things that I do want to say is, when we're talking about your U+2, I highly encourage people to invite people to join them in a program and get them signed up as a coach, versus just signing someone up that has $160 laying around and, now they're not going to use the products. They're not going to do Beachbody Man. They're not going to do drink Shakeology. They're not going to use Energize and really appreciate it. Who are people that can join you in your next program? I think that that's really important, and kind of building a more solid Emerald status versus Emerald status for a week or 2 weeks before someone cancels out and then you're back down to coach. So I really believe that, versus having people kind of having shell Emerald status just to hit it and then fall back. So who are people that will join you in your health and fitness journey that are close to you, that you're comfortable with? And one of them may be your spouse or a family member. There are benefits of signing your significant other or your spouse as one of your first coaches. In the short term, it is halfway to Emerald. And in the long term, you kind of have control, or not kind of, you do have control of another business center. Doesn't mean a lot today, but as your business grows, this could be a great spot that you could then turn your husband into an Emerald coach, and then maybe into a Diamond coach as you reach for Diamond, as you reach for Star Diamond ranks. And then they can even begin to earn some income of Team Cycle bonus themselves. And it kind of is like building that franchise of coaching under yourself. And so we want to make sure that you put your significant other in the right placement. Reach out to your upline coach before you sign your significant other, just to check with them of where that placement is the best place to put them for future payoff in the long run. But also your significant other, maybe they're your workout partner. Maybe you are making a whole household change. They can be drinking Shakeology. They may be using Energize. I'll tell you what, that Energize and Hydrate are a pretty hot combo in our household, especially on the weekends, like for all of us. For all of our friends that may come and visit for the weekends, like in, Sunday morning after a late Saturday night, I mix up a couple scoops of Hydrate and a scoop of Energize for our friends in a shaker bottle, and I just say, don't even ask what's in it, just drink it. You'll love it.
You'll appreciate me later.
Yeah, right? Or maybe after Jared has all his Bloody Marys, maybe he needs a little Hydrate after it too. Yeah. So your significant other may also fall in love with your products, and you can be ordering additional products through their account to keep them active. But also, when you sign your significant other, you'll sign them up with a challenge pack. all of your customers and coaches should be joining you on with challenge packs, unless there's some weird, crazy situation that isn't the case. But that should always be the product that you lead with. But when you sign your significant other with a challenge pack, there's a couple of things that happen. One, you're going to get another box of Shakeology. I recommend getting the packets. Get the barista blend, the triple combo pack, the 3-flavor pack of Shakeology packets. You pick that, and then perhaps you get a 3-day refresh challenge pack that you yourself can use 3-day refresh. Do it quick, 3 days, have results, share it on social, and sell a few 3-day refreshes. Every time I do a 3-day refresh, I always sell a few 3-day refresh packs from people who are watching me. So you'll earn back there. But also, when you sign your spouse with a challenge pack, it's $160, you're going to make a commission or a fast start bonus off that of $40 to $50. So you're making commission, so it's even less. Even if you just use the Shakeology, or even if you just use the 3-day refresh, like, that's a good deal. But when you choose the packets, here's another thing you can do. Put them in 5, 7 serving bundles and sell those to friends for a lesser cost. If cost is a big thing on Shakeology, if people are kind of gulping at the $140, $160 price tag of a challenge pack, do a 5-day pack of Shakeology for $35, $40, or 5 days. Usually $5 a packet is typically what people sell Shakeology for. So between $25 and $35, put them together, have people see what Shakeology is all about, and you'll recoup the money on your spouse's challenge pack cost. You'll make it back, and then, hey, you've increased your customer base, and all's good, and you're off and rolling to get your business going. And all successful coaches do have a family member at the top of their business or somewhere in their business. Sherry definitely has family in hers. Nick is one of my coaches. And if it's not your husband, maybe it's your sister. Maybe it is your parent. Beachbody has something also what they call the U+2. And I believe, Sherry, it's your spouse, parent, child, immediate family member, I think.
That's it.
That you can share the credit card on. So for their business service fees, for their Shakeology Home Direct, those are the approved people that you can have on the same card, and you can pay their business service fees for them, or it can come out of the same account. So that's something that you can consider too when you're signing up a significant other or a family member.
Yes. And I was just going to mention that the 5-day pack, you can even do I like to do free groups every month, at least one that's just like 5 or 7 days. And you could make just a Shakeology group for 5 or 7 days, and it's where everybody tries it out. So that's an option to have a group. And then also, just to reiterate what Holly said, is anything that I order beyond my own PV that I need for my rank, I order through Jared's account, my husband's account, because not only do I get the coach discount on him because he's a coach, but then I get the team cycle bonus payment from him too. So it's even more discounted, like she mentioned with the challenge pack. But that goes for any future orders that you do. So if I order Energize or Hydrate or 3-day refreshes or anything like that, I always order that through his account because I get like a double discount basically. So it makes everything even cheaper.
Yes.
Okay, so again, gonna get your gears grinding on how to reach out to these people that you've thought about, right? Your 2 people, and it might take like 3 or 4 people that you reach out to for 2 people to say, yeah, I'm on board, right? Not everyone's gonna be like, hey, yes, sign me up, and that's okay. But think about these questions. So how were you invited? You can even go back to like the message thread or email or whatever it was that you talked with Holly or myself about when you were considering signing up, and use that same wording, right? You can copy and paste that or change it up and make it sound like you. So like, what did we say to you? What excited you about joining? And for me, and Holly and I have both been coaches for quite a while, so it's hard for me to think back that far, but I wish I would have written that down so I could remember, more clearly now. But what was the like initial reason and what excited you about joining? Because you can weave that into your conversation with someone and just approach them with that, and they could potentially be more excited about it just from the get-go because it was what excited you. Or even just share, hey, this is the reason I signed up and I'm super excited about it. Or, you know, I'm just excited for the potential and I would love for you to be on board with me. And then obviously, what pack did you sign up with? You probably signed up with the one that was the best value for you or the best deal for you. So you can share that same pack with them because it's probably the best thing for them. Like if you were already a pre-existing Beachbody On Demand member, then that might be different for them if they were not. So if you're not clear about which pack is best, reach out to your upline coach and ask them. That's what we're here for, you guys, is to help with all those little things. And then just share those things. Like even share your story. If you're not a brand new coach and you've been a coach for a little bit, share what, you know, either being on Shakeology or doing one of the programs or just being part of the team. Share what that has already done for you in your life and how it's impacted you. And you might have to think about that for a second because we often go through and just kind of take all that stuff for granted. But when you really think about how, if it's made just a little bit of a positive shift in your life, you can even appeal to people on that because a lot of people are looking for that. Okay. So if you're feeling intimidated, you can always reach out to us. 3-way calls or 3-way messages are more common now. Nobody likes to get on the phone anymore, right? And actually talk. Right? Like,
but it is really effective.
Text or message, right? Like, why do people call me? And so you have tons of support, you guys. And the biggest thing is don't overthink it. Like I said, just reach out and be genuine, because if you're just asking from your heart, it's going to come across the right way no matter what. And then when you are inviting, even just not now, but like as you start to invite more for people to join your team, there's a book called Go for No. And that's kind of where this phrase at the very bottom of the screen comes from. And that's like, reach out to as many people as you can and like think of it as a challenge to see how many no's you can get. Because if that like becomes a positive thing, whenever you get a yes, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, even amazing. And if you can get like for every 10 no's, you're more than likely going to have at least one yes within those invites. So a lot of times we think of that as such a negative thing, and it gets us down and it stops us from doing more or talking to more people. And when you think of it as a business level, like Holly mentioned earlier, from the business view of things, you really want those no's, because that means you're actually reaching out and putting yourself out there.
Oh my God, I love these pictures.
I know, me too. So fun.
So who are the 2 people that you're thinking of right now? Who are the 2 people that you can reach out to and say, hey, I'm starting a new program on Monday, and I would really love for you to join me. And by the way, I'm really making it go with this whole Coach Beachbody thing. So like, let's get you signed up as a coach. I think you'd love this. Like, I'm really enjoying this, and I think that you would too. Or maybe it's, hey, I really am looking to build this business and I need some help. As one of my best friends, would you be willing to jump in on a program with me for 21 days, drink a shake for a month, and see what happens? So who are those 2 people that you're thinking of? Is it your significant other, so you can sell those Shakeology packets and put them to, put those little bundles together and not only earn the money back, but also gain some new customers and some, I always tell Sherry, like, stir the pot of like who's interested. Like, we got to stir the pot and see like, what we can get moving for conversations. And then again, who is that person that you're going to ask? Say, hey, will you do this with me?
And I want to challenge you guys. So either tonight before you go to bed, if you're awake enough, that would be great. But if not, by let's say noon tomorrow, I want you to either text or message or email your upline coach, whether that's me or Holly or somebody else, and tell us who your 2 people are. Like, just the ones you're going to reach out to. It doesn't have to be the ones that said yes necessarily, unless you're going to reach out now and you already have answers. But let us know. Like, let us help you be accountable. Like, that's the whole point of us as coaches. And commit to it tonight, so that way you're going to move this business forward. And seriously, even though it's people and it's not strangers that you're helping out, like you're going to see that momentum in your business, and it'll make a big difference. Like you'll just really see the possibility that there are people out there that want to do this with you, because there are so many people that need our help, and so many people that would benefit for this business. They just don't know it yet, because many of them just don't even know it exists.
And think about why you signed up to be a coach. You know, what again excites you? Is it the fitness opportunity? Is it the business opportunity? Is it the community? Is it the personal development? Is it, you know, what made you sign and what made you say yes? I was just talking to one of my coaches yesterday, and she's so reluctant to ask people, you know, to join and be a coach. She's so scared they're going to say no. And I said, but look at you. And I said to her, and she's not one of my diamonds. She's not one of my top producing coaches. But she's been with me for so long. And I'm like, what has made you stay? You know, what has made you stay as a coach, even though you haven't made a ton of money at this? Like, you haven't rank advanced. Like, what do you love about coaching in our community so much that you are still here, you know, 5-6 years later? And then you could see her kind of light up and have this aha moment. And I'm like, that's what you need to share. Or a lot of times too, people think, oh, well, I need to lose, like, I need to be at my goal weight before I become a Beachbody coach or before I work my business. And there's no better time to actually work your business than while you are in the middle of your fitness transformation. I think Sherry and I both would agree that, you know, neither one of us have these huge transformations. And this is kind of funny. This, well, I'm the queen of side tangents. So in the Beachbody blog came up, you guys have probably seen this picture of the girl who lost 118 pounds. And she's wearing like a gray tank top and like black pants. And it's like crazy significant in the pictures. And I was looking at it and I was like part of me had this like wave of like jealousy and envy over this girl who's lost 118 pounds. And even her after photo, I'm sure she would want nothing more than to be where I am at a fitness level, even in her after photo. But I thought, what a business builder. Like, this is like, there's a physical proof that someone can see that these programs work. And, you know, so if you are in the middle of your fitness, the best thing you can do is prove that these products work. If you have a side-by-side photo that you can show people and say, this is my before and this is my after. This is 10 pounds, like 20, 30, like, you know, something that you can show, people want that. And so if you can show that, so be a coach, like, while you are in the beginning stages of your journey. And as that journey progresses and you continue to show people that journey, they will want to join you. And so I think a lot of times that is people's objection when they're either objecting to coaches, saying, oh, I can't do it now, I'm not where I want to be at a fitness standpoint. That's when you need to be coaching, because that is when you are the most relatable to people, is when you are at the beginning of your journey.
I agree. And I even tell my coaches a lot to not even wait till you have that big weight loss, because it may take a while. It might take like 30 days or so to, you know, to get that first, you know, significant change. So even to think of the non-scale victories and think of, you know, just the way you feel in a before and after, because before and afters really do perform really well, you guys, on social media, if you're just trying to think of good posts. But if you're like one that you're happy, but like another one, you're, you know, 1 pound difference, but like you can feel on the inside the difference, so you can explain that in your post, and that will appeal to people too. So don't wait, you know, 30 days from now, 60 days from now until you get those results. Be sure to think of those little things too, because other people need that motivation early on, especially early on. So I want to open up to questions real quick, you guys. Do you guys have any over anything we covered? I saw the question about time zone, and Holly already answered that, but any others?
I think that's the right answer.
It is.
It's the conservative answer.
So I was like, oh, you guys have it so easy. It's just midnight. We have to like think of what time it really is and earlier.
So FAQ for the win now. Like if there's ever some question that you don't know the answer to,
Oh yeah.
like scroll to the bottom of the page at Beachbody, like your Beachbody website, your coach office, and click the FAQ button and type in the question that you have, and the answer will pop up. It's a pretty amazing thing that we have.
It is.
I have a weird off the wall kind of question.
Go for it.
Why does Beachbody's week start on a Thursday?
Because Thursday is my favorite day of the week.
All because of Holly.
Any other questions?
I
I
honestly
don't
don't know the answer to that.
But I think a lot of people, like if you think about, we just don't see it in our, it must be pretty common from accounting standpoint, because if you think about when you get your paycheck, if you're a weekly pay, a lot of times it's either Thursday or Friday. So for some reason for accounting, it must give enough time during the week or something. But it's the same thing. Your work week is the same exact way. We just don't see it because it isn't as like significant as like Beachbody is. But like I know where I work, payday's on Thursday, and that's actually how the weeks run. It runs Thursday to Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
FAQ, maybe it's in the FAQ.
Ours are Fridays. Yeah, I think every job I've had is Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's Thursday.
Learn something new.
Yeah.
Jamie, Candace, you guys have anything? Totally okay if you don't, but if you think of things after this too. Jamie?
No, I think I have some questions that I will have to bug Holly with a little, a little more, I don't know, personal.
That's totally okay.
Go for it.
And I was also going to mention, you guys, if you're thinking of the person you want to reach out to, but you don't know what to say, like just message us, like ask. We're happy to help you with that wording. There's lots of examples out there. So, and that might not have been what you're talking about, Jamie, but like, just, I was going to say that on a side note, if there is anything that you guys need help with like that, that's where
And the more people you ask, the more yeses you will get. It seems really simple or weird, but so when I was first a coach, we called it the John Dynasty because there was all these, like literally they were all named John. There was like 3 of them, and they all became diamond in like so quick. And we were like, what is your secret? And he was like, I ask everyone, like everyone, to purchase a program, to do a program, to drink Shakeology and be a coach. Like every single person I come across, I ask them. And now on the Fit and Funky team, you know, we are in the Ashley and Emily dynasty too, of seeing like crazy, like what is happening, you know, and in speaking with them, you know, Doug Moss was saying that they've become an emerald producing factory, but they view it as a gift, and I completely agree. And it's all how you word it, and you have to believe it up here first. If you don't believe that what we have is something very special, then it will come across very fake in your words. So you have to, and maybe it takes some journaling, it takes making lists of how your life has changed because of Beachbody, what is better, the opportunities that Beachbody offers, and like seeing it on paper and believing it. And then when you speak to someone, you know, it comes through, like you can just tell when someone's speaking from their heart and they completely believe it. And it's offering that gift to people of like, hey, you might not make $1 at this business, you know that, but if you do the work, if you use their products, and if you, you know, engage in, you know, their vital behavior of personal development, you will not be the same person in 5 years. You'll be healthier, you'll be leaner, you'll be happier. You maybe will be in a better financial position because you've gotten control of that part. Like I literally am just telling you my story. You know, you'll have better control of your relationships. Like you will create your life. And if I never made $1 from Beachbody, but I had all of the personal growth that I have obtained in the last 7 years, it's still completely worth it. Absolutely, hands down, still completely worth it. And I think that that too, when you talk to people about that, then it becomes, why wouldn't you be a part of this?
Okay, so I'll put my question out there, but I'll give a little preface to it. So I had really good response with my Transformation Tuesday yesterday. Tons of engagement. I feel like I have a lot of acquaintances, and other than my husband, we've moved a lot. I really tried to distance myself from my hometown, and now I'm back next door to it. So I don't have close friends, except for Jana. So what do you do?
She's my ride or die. You can't have her.
Exactly. She's my ride or die. But I don't know where to go. I feel like, and it was the same way in high school. I wasn't in a clique, and in college. I didn't have a clique. I am friends with a lot of people, and I don't feel like I have a ride or die. I'm an only child, so I don't have siblings. My husband has a sister, so I only have one sister-in-law. She is not my ride or die. So what do I do?
So I did not turn emerald by doing any of the things that we talked about in this video today. If that makes you feel any better. So that was not how I built my business at all. I did not build my business by signing up every family member and friend I crossed paths with. I built my business through genuine people who were interested in the product that I had, and in the choice of my wording, asking them to become a coach and become a coach genuinely. So for all the interest that you had in your transformation, your photos that you posted yesterday, which were awesome, you engage on every single comment and you say thank you. And anyone that has said any sort of interest, hey, I'll shoot you a message. Because we never answer questions in the comments, we always shoot people messages. If we answer questions in the comments, then no one else is going to ask the same question and we won't know who's curious.
Exactly.
So we always answer it in the message. And then you message every single person that commented and you just message them and say thank you.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just going to use Jana just for a name. Hey, Jana, I just want to say thank you so much for your comment on my post the other day. It really meant a lot to me. I've used before, just as an example, sometimes I'm not sure why I put things out there, but when I have a post like that and it seems to really connect with people, it makes it all worth it, or something along those lines. And then end it with some sort of, and you could end it there, and then it just sparks some sort of conversation, or you could end it with some sort of question along the lines of, if they simply said great job, I honestly don't know if I would end it with a question. I think I would just make it a genuine thank you and see where the conversation goes from there. There's a pretty good chance that the person would come back and say I'm so inspired by your journey. You're so motivated, or whatever it is. Then that's your ramp to say, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm just, plugging and chugging along just like everyone else. Actually, I'm starting a new program on Monday. Do you want to join me? Bam. Literally right out like that. Because they've commented on a transformation photo of yours, and that's an open door to invite. And that's how that comes together from there. That's how I would leverage. Yeah.
I have started, I don't know if I can get it so you can see it, but my list, can you see all my names?
Awesome. Good job. Oh, that's a lot of people.
Every single one, there's a third of them ghosted, no response.
That's okay.
That's it's okay, who liked it, who loved it, they're the ones I'm sending a message.
Yep, absolutely. That's awesome. Okay. And that's the work. That is the work of a Beachbody coach. And again, that's when I talked to Sharon, I said, I got to stir the pot. It means I need to put some sort of post out there that I can now get a new list of people to be sending those messages. And a lot of people don't respond. And I have messages where it's blue box after blue, after blue, after blue. But just Courtney yesterday, she goes, she hit Success Club for like the first time in a she's probably only hit Success Club I can count on one hand ever in her 5-6 years of coaching. And she hit it this past month, and she said that there was a lot of people who said, thank you for not giving up on me ever. And the work we do now will pay off in 2, 3, 4, 5 months. It's a long span of planting those seeds. So it might not be anything tomorrow that comes out, but if you consistently do these behaviors and actions, it will pay off for you at some point in time.
Okay. Thank you.
And I would even add for the people, you're doing awesome, and that list is amazing. But for the people that Holly mentioned that she may not ask a question just because they said great job. For me, and it sounds like you might be similar, where like it's not my natural instinct to inquire about people's lives and want to know more. Like I'm just like, I really don't care that much. That might sound awful.
You said it out loud. We all were thinking.
Okay. So for those people, like say thank you, but ask like, what have you been up to? Like
Perfect.
if you look at their page,
absolutely.
like how many kids do you have these days? Like start to ask those questions. You cannot go wrong with questions, and you need to genuinely care at some point, but just start the conversation. But you have to ask a question, or that you're leaving it up to chance that they'll respond. And if you at least ask a question, you're upping those chances.
It's engaging a conversation versus.
Yeah, about something else. It has to be
Right.
nothing related to health and fitness.
Right.
One of the biggest things that I've taken away this past week was from a leadership call we had on our team. And one of the coaches who works with one of the corporate people, she was reaching out to a lot of people, like hundreds, you guys, and only getting like 2 Success Club points. And her corporate leader was like, how many times are you following up with these people? Are you hitting the 5 to 7 follow-ups with each person? And she was like, no, I'm not. And so she started following up more and getting to like those 5 or 7 messages back and forth. And she hit like Success of 12 the next week because she was following up more and like having more conversations with people. It is the game changer. I know I've lost tons of coaches because I suck at that, and tons of customers because my follow-up game is not the best. And it really is just having those conversations. And even if they fall off like a month later, just checking in with somebody and re-engaging.
I don't think I would be a coach now if Danielle didn't follow up. So she had posted, she posted some photo, and it was like, email me for whatever. And I sent her an email, and then my email literally said like, I don't know why I'm sending you this. I've done this before, but there's just something that told me I needed to email you. And she emailed me back, like, I think you should sign as a coach on my, it was like a 2-sentence email. It was like, I think you should sign as a coach on my team with a challenge pack. That was literally the email I got back. And I didn't respond. And like a week or 2 later, I got a follow-up email. And she said, hey, just following up to see what your thoughts were on joining my team. And I signed as a coach that day with an Insanity Asylum challenge pack. And that was it. But if she hadn't followed up, I don't think I would have signed with her. I probably maybe would have signed with someone else at some point in time. But I think I never would have taken action that day.
Yeah. All right, you guys, good stuff.
So, yeah, like that's the meat and potatoes work. And I think that, so next week we're doing a power hour, right, Sherry? We were talking about earlier today. So next week we're doing a power hour, and I think that it's really important to talk these nitty-gritty details of like what your work is as a coach. I think that too often the glamour coach has come up. That was, I think, in the Anita Myron National Wake Up Call when she was talking about the Success Club tracker. She was talking about the glamour coach that makes it look like all they do is post on social media and they make like multiple 6 figures a year. And I want to try and begin to like really break that down, because that is not how you build a successful business. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the backside of things that you don't see. And I try and share some of that in our coach group, I know I did recently, and was like, this is what I've done like this week. And it was like this list, and it wasn't to brag, but it was to like hopefully spark some ideas, or also just show that it isn't just me, you know, doing a three-story Instagram story of my workout and a picture of my dinner and thinking that that's what it is. And that's how you coach. So I think that it's important to have these conversations about how exactly you find those people, what you say to them, and then how we get them and invite them to be a coach and be in our group.
Definitely agree.
I
Cool.
need a lesson on closing the sale.
Ask a direct yes or no question.
I know. Okay.
But if you really need a
That's
training,
the
like
only way
there's
to
some,
do it.
like Andrea Crowder has an amazing training video. You can just look up on YouTube. Like Church
Who is
Beach
it?
Buddy Coach Closing. Like there's so many trainings out there. Like if you really need some guidance or some tips, like I wouldn't spend too much time on that because we overthink it, but that's a good one.
I think that's where I am.
Yeah. And I've used this analogy a ton before as well, of like, you know, imagine being in the dressing room and someone was there helping you try on all these outfits and you found the perfect one and you were so excited about it. And then all of a sudden your sales associate just walked away. And you were like, you know, like we're thankful for the sales associate that walks us to the counter, like checks us, asks us if we need anything. Oh, hey, this would look really great with this outfit too. Oh my God, this scarf is a perfect accessory. Thanks, I'll take it. You know, and we leave having a fantastic customer service experience. And that's what we're doing. Like, so when we ask someone direct questions, you know, I have a typed up, like kind of automatic response that if someone shows any sort of interest in a program, and right now it's been Transform 20, within 3 messages, I have them signed as a coach. And it's asking like very direct questions. The first message, if someone says they're interested, is, hey, I'm doing a 20-minute workout, and I'll share this in the group too, Jamie, is, you know, hey, I'm doing a 20-minute da-da-da. Is that something that interests you? And they come back, yes, it is. Awesome. You know, as a girl on a budget, I know, you know, how important it is to do, you know, to have value. I offer an amazing bundle that includes blah, 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 and I list it all out, all for $160. Can you believe how awesome of a deal this is for a year of workouts? It's cheaper than your gym membership or a personal trainer. Is that a doable investment for you? Yes or no questions. Is this a doable investment for you? Either yes it is or no it isn't. Most of the time, since you spell out the value, yes it is. Awesome. Fill out this form. Once I see that you've filled out this form, and it's a form that is just all the questions I need for a share cart. Once you fill out this form, you know, I'll put everything in a cart for you and I'll get back to you. I get a notification in my email when the form is filled out, or they tell me that they've filled their form out, and then I put it in a share cart as a coach, and I send them their link, and I say, here it is. I've put this order in for you as a coach. Don't worry. Like, I literally say it. Like, I try and think ahead of what the person is thinking, right? So when I say I've put their order in as a coach, I'm going to tell them that's what I did, because and this is new, and this was so scary for me to do, but it has worked out very, very well. And I laid out, even with the $16 monthly fee, completely transparent with people. I do not want to be the coach that someone says, she stooped me, like I was tricked, I didn't know what no, I'm very honest and straightforward. It's the cheapest way to drink your shake. And, you know, when you love your shake, like, you'll be so excited that when you run out of your shake, you'll automatically have some on your doorstep waiting for you. It's like the best thing. Home Direct's the best thing ever. And then I go through it and, you know, do you have any questions? And, you know, for them, like, it's very just like keep people moving, and it's yes or no questions. I think Sherry probably too. as you openly said, you don't care too much about like talking to people personally. There comes a point where I'm just like, I'm over just like shooting the shit with this person. Like, you know, and I will just say, hey, you know, are you ready to join? Like, question mark. Are you ready to, you know, we're starting on Monday. Are you going to join us? Yes or no? Make a decision. And they may not respond. That's okay. They're not ready. They're not ready. That even if they said yes, they wouldn't have committed. Even if I would have threatened them and they said yes, like they wouldn't have committed to the program. And I don't want that. That's not their time. You know, some people, I have one girl, she messaged me one day and she's in sales and she teaches this fitness and she was interested in coaching. And I was like, yes, finally. Like, and I was like, great. When do you want to get to, like, when's a good time to call you to talk? And I didn't hear back from her. And so like every 2 weeks I send her a message and it is like blue box, like she never responds back. And then like just the other day she was responded back. She's like, so when does your new group start? And I was like, okay. And I sent her the message and she never responded back. I'm like, one of these days it'll work.
It happens to us all. Seriously.
You know?
You'll get there eventually.
Yeah. So anyway, hope that's moderately helpful.
All right, you guys, this is an awesome conversation. I hope you took a lot away from it.
Yeah.
I even took some. I loved like the questions and stuff after, so I'm so glad you asked that and shared, Jamie. Like always though, if you guys have other questions or if you think of other questions after tonight, let us know. That's what we're here for. And don't forget to send us your 2 people.
Yeah.
All right,
sure.
you guys. Have a good night.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Oh, you gotta smile. Everyone. 1, 2, 3, smile. Doesn't count unless you post it.
That's right. I did a boomerang earlier when nobody was looking.
No. That means I'm gonna be talking and be like,
Right. We were all really little. It was mostly the slide, so. Looks like Jamie's getting there.
I saw that.
Was it amazing?
No, usually because it's my face going.
Right? All right, ladies. Thanks for jumping on. We appreciate you guys.
All right, guys, have a good
Have a
night.
good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.